Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Dion King Live. And right about now, I'm gonna talk about this quote word called "How do I supposed to know?" Well, it's gonna be crazy, and some people might not like it, but it's real facts. How do I supposed to know? It seems like, and it got something to do with relationships. It seemed like when somebody say, "How do I supposed to know?" It's a process to think about this because and most time it don't hit in the right direction. What it does is it make people think in another direction. It's like you turning left and right, but at the same time, it's not looking good. And what I'm saying is, when you say something like, "How do I supposed to know?" That means you confused because you really not knowing what you're saying, but at the same time, you feel like you know what you're talking about. Say like a man and this woman going through stuff, they can be fussing about this and fussing about that, but it's always about this woman not trusting this man, and it could be about that man not trusting his woman. So when you hear somebody say, "How do I supposed to know?" That means they confused, really are. Because if you saying something like that, even though even if you curious, just because you curious and you made that thought in your mind, don't mean that thought that you had thought of makes it correct. Because you had to think about things. You just because you process it and you feel a little emotional and you curious and stuff, get the facts straight before saying it. And that goes for a man and a woman. Because if you, and I say this a lot of times, if you don't have evidence of what happened, then don't say it. Because let me tell you something. If I have this woman and I catch her trying to do something with this dude, and I know she lied to me, I'm gonna be upset. I'm not gonna hit her. I'm just gonna let her know. and I'm gonna let her know that, hey, it's like you playing around, you you're not doing right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm letting her know like, hey, mm-mm, I ain't finna go with that. I'm not gonna, sit there and play these games and stuff like that. I'm not gonna, be in that kind of position. If that's who you want, hey, I can leave you alone because there's no way in the world that I'm gonna sit there and get played like that. But that's what you call evidence. But when you sit there and say, how do I supposed to know that you're not doing it? You can maybe thinking that in your mind, but what if you are wrong? What if you just thought of that out of nowhere and made it seem like you was right about what you saying? What if you wasn't right? Are you around that person? He might not be over your house just he might not be over your house when you want him to be, but just because he wasn't there, what make you think that he did do it? Where you listen to what somebody else said, maybe they were just doing that to get you upset, and you fell for it. It's like you fell for the trap. It's like somebody, sitting out there saying this and saying that, saying this and saying that. You know how like Satan, taught things in Adam's ear and Eve's ear and stuff like that, and made them do something that they ain't supposed to do. But at the same time, he did do it and everything. That's like what Satan doing to you, making you think this and making you think that, and he laughing. You don't even know it. I'm just putting a metaphor in. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is think about what you saying before saying it. Because that's what can mess up a relationship anyway. You could have somebody good in your life and you can just crush it because you feeling like, oh, this and that and everything else. When you in a relationship, you have to trust your companion and let them know that, hey, I trust you. I'm sorry the way I was thinking and everything. I trust you. I shouldn't have thought like that. The only way I can know if you did something wrong by catching you and with evidence. I didn't see you do it. I ain't see nothing and everything else. I don't care if the dude is by the girl and the girl said something to him. She could have said, hey, how was your day and this and that. Don't get mad about that. That ain't nothing. That's not nothing. Ain't like the dude trying to mess with the woman. And the same thing with that man. Ain't like that woman trying to mess with another man. You know, you got to think about these things. Stop getting mad over things that are not that important. You know what I'm saying? Have a good day. Enjoy life. Stop looking, like you want to beat somebody up. You know, stop that. That's not worth it. How do I supposed to know? How do I supposed to know me? That means you confused. That means you ain't got no evidence. That means that you thought of it, but in reality, it didn't happen. How do I supposed to know? How do I supposed to know? Sometimes I think about that all the time. How do I supposed to know? I don't know what you did. You just said I don't know what you did. If you don't know what the person did, then you ain't got no evidence. That means that you ain't seen anything. You thought of it, you might have pretended like it was real, but you ain't seen nothing happen. So if you didn't see nothing happen, why blow it? That means that you just made a fool of yourself because you thought some stuff that was in your mind. You can think of it, you can pretend like it was real, but was it real? Did your friends show you the evidence? Did they give you the picture of the dude, your dude with this woman? Did that woman and that dude kiss? Did they take a picture of your man having sex with that woman? If so, you got evidence. You got proof. That's proof for itself. That's it. Hey, boom. That's it. The man got caught. He got caught slipping. That same thing with that woman. If your man, if your man did something wrong and you know you saw it, then you got a right to be mad. I don't blame you. I really don't. But I don't believe in false accusations. I don't believe in that. I'm not going to ever believe in that. I believe in real evidence. Real evidence. Get it straight. Facts. How do I supposed to know? We need to check ourselves, bro. That's why so many relationships been over. We gotta get that right, bro. For real. That's why sometimes we can't have nothing good in life because we always have these crazy thoughts. And the devil messing with our mind, man. He really is. He taking control. He don't want to see nobody together. He want people to be against each other. You know? How do I supposed to know? How do I supposed to know don't mean that you saw everything. You don't know half of the whole story. And you feel like men are the same. That don't look good. Now maybe just cause he was in a, before he got with you or whatever, he might have did some wrong things. But how you know God didn't change his life? What makes you think that God didn't change his life? How do you know? You ain't in his shoes. So, that's the same thing with that woman. That man ain't even in that woman's shoes. See, I'm not taking it up for nobody. I'm just trying to get some. How do I supposed to know, thing correctly? Cause it's not looking good for nobody. Ain't nobody no winner. Nobody. What I'm saying is, think about what you say before you say it. So quick to say things, you know. these baby mama dramas, all this crazy mess. It's ridiculous. How do I supposed to know? I know I'm saying this a lot because I'm just trying to get it together because a lot of people say it a lot. How do I supposed to know? I'm not gonna sit there and believe what somebody else say just because they say it. Maybe they just want you and that person to break up, and they laughing about it and got like, oh, I got this, and you felt for it. Now you feel she, now you feel she should feel crazy. You feel stupid because of your accusations in your mind on what you thought. Don't mean you was correct. I understand that you have to be curious. It's okay to be curious and cautious, but just cause you're curious and cautious, don't abuse it like you know it all. You know what I'm saying? Have a communicate, talk to the person. Don't sit there and just make your own, you know, make your own decisions and make it the outcome because your outcome can mess you up. Nobody don't want to be judged. God can change anybody. I don't care what you say. God can change anybody. If you don't want to believe in God or think God is not in their life, then that's up to you. But think about what you're saying. But if you have evidence, then you got a right to say what you said. But if you ain't got that right to say what you said, I don't see how you can live with yourself by doing that. Because you make people do stuff like not being around you and not liking you. And then you feel alone and then you wish you hadn't done what you done. And you be saying, I messed up a good thing what God gave me instead of saying, how do I supposed to know and feeling like it was the truth when in reality you just dreamed about it. It's just a mindset. It's a mind thing. It's like somebody playing games with your mind and you fell for it because you weren't thinking for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You should be saying like, let me I know I can trust him. I know he made some mistake. Oh, I know she made some mistake in the past and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna sit. I'm not gonna let that define him or her of the past and everything else, and put that against him because that means that I'm not ready to be with somebody if I can't trust myself. And if I can't trust him, then I don't, how do I know I'm gonna trust the next person if I get with somebody else? I think about these things, man, for real. How do I supposed to know? It's crazy. One day, us people gonna learn to figure that out. How do I supposed to know? I'm just giving you some facts that if you haven't seen that person do it, it's because they ain't around you or they need to be here at this time or whatever. Think about what you're saying. If you don't have evidence, then you ain't got no right to say that because you haven't seen it and you don't know the whole story. And God can change anybody just because they cheated about 2 years ago before they went with you and everything else. Or God can change anybody, man. So think about what you're saying before you say stuff because that can hurt you on the long run. Then it hurt the person that you're with. It's Dion King live, and I have a blessed day. Stay safe. One love.